the essence of the eternal divine spirit, the one that causes all that exists to exist, the one that is self-existent.
How many men have children and the children never meet their father? See, you created a void in that child because you are a part of that child.
Black power! Black power!
Black power!
Black power!
Black power!
Are you feeling fatigued and can barely make it through the day without some type of caffeine?
Are you on a journey of healing your body but need a little help?
Then alkaline water is what you really need.
Alkaline water has many benefits. Alkaline water can help restore pH balance in the body. Consuming beverages such as soda and coffee can make your body acidic.
Did you know that too much acid in your body has been linked to an internet, heart disease, obesity, diabetes, autoimmune disease, chronic pain, and other chronic conditions like gout and arthritis?
Those who use alkaline water have reported increased energy levels, clearer skin, reduction in inflammation, better digestion, and many other health benefits. I've used alkaline water for years, and it's been instrumental in sustaining my health when I was diagnosed with sarcoidosis.
Are you ready to take responsibility for your body's health?
If the answer is yes, then our alkaline water is just what you need. Bring your own bottles. It's only $3 for each gallon. To place an order or for more information, you can reach us at 773-846-3091. Thank you in advance for your support.
Hi, my name is Sister Ebony Stevenson. I am your announcer for today. Welcome to the Toma Nation's weekly Sunday worship service from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. every Sunday at 616 East 71st Street here in Chicago, Illinois, and also live on Facebook. If you would like more information, you can reach us at www.facebook.com/TomaNation2 or give us a call at 773-952-8302. Now I am going to recite our opening. In the name of the eternal divine spirit, the one that causes all that exists to exist, the one that is self-existent, the one who directs the sunships of millions and trillions of years, and the one who made time the seed of the universe, known among the ancient Kemites or Egyptians as Amun-Ra and Aton, among the Hebrews as Ansal, Yahweh, and Elohim, among the Christians as Lord, God, and Jehovah, among the Muslims and Islamic world as Allah, the one God, among the Rastafarians as Jahi, Rastafari, among the Yoruba tribes of West Africa as Omari, Eshu, and many other Orisha names. I bear witness that all of these names refer to the same one, Almighty Spirit, and it is to that essence which I give reverence and to whom I submit. I boldly proclaim that we, the descendants of those black men and women who survived the transatlantic slave trade, are the Lost 13 tribe, born in North America and are of a Nubian Kemetic lineage. I further proclaim that the blood of all the nations of the earth flows through our veins. I greet you in the ancient but holy words of peace, Hotep, Shalom, Assalamu alaikum, Habaragani, Alafia, and Ashe. Now I am going to recite the 13 points of what we believe and know. Number 1. We believe and know that we are not to repeat the mistakes of the past prophets and messengers of the Almighty Creator of the heavens and earth. Number 2. We believe and know that we can only establish an economic base through the application of the knowledge of self and the incorporation of the ideologies of the Honorable Marcus Garvey, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, Mahatma Gandhi, and Ben Ami. Number 3. We believe and know that the prophets and messengers of the Holy Bible, the Holy Quran, and the Kemetic Holy Books were all black. Number 4, we believe and know that Jesus Christ of 2,000 years was and is a black man. Number 5, we believe and know that the knowledge of the Almighty Creator goes beyond books written by the prophets and messengers of the Almighty Creator. Number 6, we believe and know that in order to promote and coordinate unity, we must first recognize and accept the uniqueness of being able to worship our Creator, regardless of religious denomination, name, title, ritual, particular dress, or holy book, as long as it recognizes the Almighty Creator of the heavens, earth, and the universe as supreme. Number 7, we believe and know that it is impossible to tell the truth without exposing the wicked governments of the world. Number 8, we believe and know that the United States government, in collaboration with other European nations, have a now objective to exterminate dark-skinned people of color off the earth through the act of genocide. Number 9, we believe and know that some of the most effective methods that are being used today are AIDS, birth control, alcohol and drug abuse, vaccinations, gang and domestic violence, systematic elimination of trauma centers, the public school system, and public aid within the black communities of America and the world. Number 10, we believe and know that the last trick that Satan is playing on us is the dividing of us by our religious differences, religious gangbanging. Number 11, we believe and know that the conflict between the various religions are comparable to the conflict between various street gangs within the inner cities of America. Number 12, we believe and know that the war on drugs and gangs is a diabolical plot to disarm the black community of weapons, break up the black family, withdraw our constitutional rights, also kill and incarcerate young black males under the undercover code name Able 2029. And number 13, we believe and know that every letter, shape, sound, and numerical value contains esoteric information that completely transcends the specific contextual meaning of the word. Our purpose: to bring about the growth of a righteous community in accordance with the laws of the Creator of the universe, under the leadership and guidance of Brother Minister Rahim Quased Aton, to provide solutions to the social and economic ills that plague the communities of urban America. Our goal: to re-educate and retrain youth and young adults to develop positive moral values as an alternative to delinquent behaviors, because you can't rebuild a community and not rebuild the minds of the residents of the community to meet the responsibilities of maintaining the community's image. Our mission: to enhance the economic development of our communities by establishing businesses, real and personal properties, thereby creating jobs and or entrepreneurship training programs that will reverse the concept of leaving the community to buying back the community. Our motto: let your light so shine before men that they shall see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Matthew 5:16. Now we're going to recite our salute to the red, black, and green flag. Everyone put your right fist in the air and repeat after me. Here's to this flag of mine, the red, black, and green. Hopes in its future bright, Africa has seen. Here's to the red of it, great nations shall know of it. In time to come, red blood shall flow of it. Historians shall write of it, this flag of mine. Here's to the black of it, 400 million's back of it, whose destiny depends on it. The red, black, and green of it, oh flag of mine. Here's to the green of it, young men and women shall dream of it, face shots and shells for it, maidens shall sing of it, waving so high. Here's to the whole of it, colors bright and whole of it, pleased is my soul with it, regardless of what is told of it. Thanks to God for giving him this great flag of mine. Please keep your right fist raised high in the air as we sing our Black National Anthem.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listing skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won.
Black power, black power, black power. Black power is the power to define, develop, and defend that which is in the best interest of Black people.
All right, all right. Welcome to the Toma Nation, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters. I am Minister Omari, Jahi Aton. I'm the co-founder of this great movement called the Toma Nation, aka Temple of Mercy Association. And I'd like to start off with our opening. In the name of the everlasting Father, he that causes all that exists to exist, he that is self-existent. Is he who directs the sunships of millions and trillions of years, and is he who has made time the seed of the universe. He's known among the ancient Kemites or the Egyptians as Amen-Ra and Aton, among the Hebrews as Ansof, Yahweh, and Elohim. He's known among the Christians as Lord God and Jehovah, and among the Muslim or the Islamic world as Allah, the one God. He's known among the Rastafarians as Jah Rastafari. I bear witness that all of these names refer to the same one, Almighty God. And it's to him who I give reverence and to whom I submit. I boldly proclaim that we are the descendants of those Black men and women who survived the transatlantic slave trade, and that we are that lost 13th tribe born here in North America. We are of a Nubian Kemetic lineage. I further proclaim that the blood of all the nations of the planet Earth flow through our veins. I greet you, my brothers and sisters, in the ancient but holy words of peace in the languages of our fathers of Hotep, Shalom, Assalamu alaikum, Habaragani, Alafia, and Ashe. And also praise the Lord to all my Christian brothers and sisters out there, and to my brothers and sisters in the streets, what's up? Once again, I'm Minister Omari Jahi Aton, the co-founder of this great movement called the Toma Nation, along with our founder, Minister Rahim Kased Aton, and our First Lady, Sister Makita Aisha Aton. I thank you for tuning in today. We're located here at 616 East on 71st Street in Chicago, Illinois, in the Grand Crossing community. And every Sunday, our program starts at 12:30 to 1:30, but we live stream on Facebook and YouTube from 12:30 to 1. So a lot of you that are watching from YouTube or Facebook, you'll get 30 minutes of this teaching today. But after that 30 minutes, the live stream will end, and we'll continue on for another 30 minutes here live at the Toma Nation's headquarters. So we're going to jump right in because, like I've said already, we only have 30 minutes, and I see my clock is not working. So let me get my phone out here so I can make sure I know what time it is. All right, here we go. We got 28 minutes. So I want to open up with a statement. But first of all, I'm going to let you know what the name of this teaching is going to be. It's called The Unthinkable Reality, a 25-year plan to re-enslave Black Americans. I'm going to say that again. the unthinkable reality, a 25-year plan to re-enslave Black Americans. And so I want to open up with this statement. For the past 24 years, there has been a plan to make America great again. This plan began with the fear of the US computer systems being unable to change from 1900s to the 2000s. This fear factor implemented upon Americans was called Y2K in 1999. Now let me say it like this. This is going to be a lecture series, and it's going to go for a while. There's no way I'm going to finish this within 30 minutes today. It's going to probably be a couple of months, 2, 3, 4 months before I finish this. That I'm talking about is a 25-year plan. There's no way that I can explain to you and break down to you what has happened to us in 25 years in 30 minutes. It's totally impossible. So today, we're dealing with Y2K. That was in 1999. Some of you that were around during that time, you know what I'm talking about. And these are the other areas, or maybe I say situations, or the plan, parts of the plan that was implemented within the past 24 years in order to bring us up to where we are. And when we get to the end, I'm gonna show you where we are by God's grace. So the Hurricane Katrina, all the way from that in 2005, from Hurricane Katrina, the election of a Black president, we're gonna cover all of this. The assassination of Muammar Gaddafi, the murder of young Black men by police officers, the passing of the same-sex marriage law, Trump wanting to make America great again, to the changes of sex crime against prominent figures, the creation of the United States Space Force, Monsanto's monopoly on crop seeds, COVID-19, Juneteenth becoming a national holiday, to the ending of affirmative action signifies a satanic timeline of deception, corruption, and murder. We're going to cover all this because all of this plays a part in them enslaving us again and making America great again. Just keep that in mind. So now, as I said earlier, this teaching it's impossible for me to get this in 30 minutes. So we will continue this teaching this Wednesday, right here at the Toma headquarters, 616 East 71st Street, this Wednesday from 7 p.m. No, let me change that. It's from 7:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. We normally start at 7, but the first 30 minutes is a business meeting. So we won't go live at that point. And just to be fair, we're not going to go live if you all aren't really interested. So if after hearing this lecture, if you feel that you're interested in hearing more about what we are bringing and teaching, then put it in the comment sections. Put in the comment sections that you want to hear more and you're interested in hearing more or whatever. And if enough people respond, we'll go live this coming Wednesday with some more of this teaching. So now let's get into it. I have 24 minutes now. So now we were talking about Y2K, right? The year 1999, Y2K. The secret behind Y2K. Now, I want to say this before I get started because I want to start off with a artist by the name of Prince. He wrote a song in 1982. Listen to me now. He wrote a song in 1982 called 1999. Some of us don't make the connections, but I'm gonna make it for you today so that you can understand what's happening here. But I'm saying I want to say this about entertainers and musicians and things of that nature, that entertainers have an obligation. They have an obligation to share knowledge and information with the people through their music. Prince, in 1999, he in the song, he said, I just get into the lyrics, but let me finish dealing with entertainers. James Brown had an obligation to the people. When the people were going through speaking of black people now, we were going through some things in the 60s, and James Brown wrote a song, say, I'm black and I'm proud. He wrote a song called The Big Payback. These were messages that were going out to black people in the 60s. Prince in 1982 wrote a song, 1999. Now check out the lyrics. He said, I was dreaming when I wrote this. Forgive me if it goes astray. But when I woke up this morning, could have sworn it was Judgment Day. The sky was all purple. Well, y'all know Prince. The sky had to be purple. But there's another connection to that, if you know anything about the violet flame. I'm not going to go there, but I just threw that out there for those that do know what that is. The sky was all purple. There were people running everywhere, trying to run from the destruction. You know, I didn't even care. And then the chorus is 2000, 00, party over, oops, out of time. Remember, I said their description of Y2K was about, I'm sorry, I was losing my train of thought. It's about the computer system not being able to switch over from 99 to 2000. Because all these years, they've been just using two numbers, 1920, 1950, 1960, 1999. Now, if it switches over to 00, is that their fear was that everything was going to go back to 1900 instead of switching to 2000. I got a video that I want you guys to see dealing with Y2K. Sister Ebony, take it away.
There still exists a general state of either denial, complacency, or even apathy about both the reality and the potential effects of Y2K.
By the end of the 90s, many of us were happy slaves to our computers. But our new masters had a trick they'd forgotten to tell us about.
The basic idea on Y2K was that for convenience, all these computer programs when it came to the dates, you only needed 2 numbers. Why use 4 numbers when you only need 2? And then they recognized, what date is a computer going to think it is when we get to 2000?
One simple date change for man, one major screw-up for computer.
At the stroke of midnight, January 1st, 2000, elevators may stop. Heat may vanish. Credit cards and ATMs may cease to function. Airplanes and trains may come to a halt.
People were terrified the world was going to end.
This is not one of the summer movies where you can close your eyes during the scary parts.
With nearly everything in our economy run by computers, the prospect of a digital meltdown is too huge to contemplate.
I was worried because the whole computer game was new to us, and I was a little ignorant.
We didn't know what we didn't know.
And many thought what we didn't know was going to hurt us.
I've got a revolver right now, but I wanted something more.
That was a dragon's breath shell. It can shoot a 4,000-degree flame 300 feet. It's also the most popular ammunition among Y2K customers at KGS Guns and Ammo.
There was a fear. Everything's in the internet. Everything's in computers. And we're going to lose it all. And Jesus is coming back.
With pre-millennium tensions growing, the president appoints a crisis management expert to prevent a Y2K meltdown.
8 to 10% of the population were fairly confident that this was going to be an apocalypse. The president called me one night and said, here's an office and an assistant, and don't let the world stop.
All right, y'all. So you got a little information about what Y2K was all about. Switching over from 1999 to 2000. Now, that was the cover story. The story that they put out. Now, it doesn't mean that it wasn't true, even though it wasn't, because as we all know, when 1999 and 12 midnight hit, the computer switched. Oh, well, I'll get to that later. Computer switched right over, no problems. The next day, we were in 2000, you know. So, but the story, the real story, which I want to share with you guys today, behind this Y2K story, deals with UFOs. And I know I can hear people now. Oh, here you go. That conspiracy theorist. Oh, he one of them people that believe in Area 51. Oh, he believes in all this conspiracy stuff. If you would just be quiet and listen, you may understand something at the end of this. Because whether you want to accept it or not, we are not the only people in the doggone universe. Planet Earth is just out here by itself. We're the only life form ever. Nobody else but us. Get on life. For real. For real though. For real, get a life. Because you're just insane to think that we only people in the universe. But look at this. For years, there has been what they call an unidentified flying object stationed outside of the Earth's atmosphere. I'm saying for centuries, this has been here. And America, the American government knew it was there. They didn't know why. There's been no communication. It's just there. Now, the craft called the Guardian is stationed there to monitor the treatment of Black people on the planet Earth and to monitor the plans of the rulers of the earth. To monitor. That means they have the capability to tap in to the government's technology, their computer systems, their communication systems, all of these systems. This craft has the capability, or the people on the craft have the technology and the capabilities to tap into those things, to monitor the rulers of this planet's plans against Black people. A supercomputer called the Beast was developed, and all computers needed to be turned off in order for this supercomputer to be linked up to all computers on the planet. Keep that in mind. Everybody's computer had to be off so they could hook up this supercomputer called the Beast. During this time, a second craft, as they call UFOs, that's what they call them, arrived outside of Earth's atmosphere, and the powers that be feared the Earth was about to be attacked. And because they were afraid that we were about to be attacked, this power group, they call themselves the Bilderberg Group. Y'all Google it, look it up. Y'all got computers in your pockets. Look it up. They went to work on a plan in order to get two things done. Get people to shut their computers down by midnight 1999 and to deliver a message to their fellow members, because they only meet once a year, the Bilderberg Group. So they had to send a message through the media in order to ask a question. And that question was Y2K. Check out this video real quick. Sister Ebony, that Bilderberg video.
Clandestine Bilderberg meeting held its annual conference last weekend in Madrid, Spain, marking its 70th session. It is one of the most secretive and powerful organizations you've probably never heard of. Since 1954, the exclusive group of American and European elite has been gathering in secret to discuss everything from the rise and fall of communism to nuclear warfare to cybersecurity. The King of the Netherlands and the head of NATO were just some of the high-level attendees at this year's meeting. Some people claim the group is leading world politics and business, as several Bilderbergers have received top positions at the World Bank, NATO, IMF, the UN, and within the European Commission. A 2023 report revealed that at least 133 politicians had been promoted to executive positions such as ministers, presidents, and senior officials after attending Bilderberg conferences. Among the 133 politicians cited is Bill Clinton, who became the US president in 1993, 2 years after his Bilderberg premiere. While little is known about what's discussed in the private meetings, we do know a few things about the recent gathering, as the group has published its 2024 agenda, which is firmly focused on the future, specifically the future of warfare. The Bilderberg meetings have been protested by people who believe these secretive gatherings represent a shadow world government and resemble a council of war. One of the Bilderberg attendees was Alex Karp, who serves as the CEO of the AI surveillance giant Palantir, whose products are being used by the Israeli army in Palestine's Gaza. According to Karp, Palantir's products have been in great demand as Israel continues its brutal onslaught on the enclave. Karp also stated that he sees war as an opportunity for research and development, saying there are things that we can do on the battlefield that we could not do in a domestic context. These statements have given rise to popular beliefs that some Bilderberg group members profit from war. But given that the group's meetings are behind closed doors, the truth is likely to remain in the shadows.
Concern about CERN, 666, Mysterious Statue, Tower of Babel. Number 1, logo. The European Organization for Nuclear Research, or CERN, is a group of countries working together on science projects. It started in 1954 and is located in Myron, near Geneva, right on the border between France and Switzerland. CERN has 23 member countries, and Israel is the only full member that's not from Europe, joining in 2013. CERN also works with the United Nations. CERN helps scientists study physics. Scientists from different countries come together to do experiments there. CERN is famous for the Large Hadron Collider, LHC, which is the biggest and most powerful machine for smashing particles together. Also, the World Wide Web was created at CERN. The logo of CERN shows tracks left by particles, but some people think it looks like the number 666, which they associate with the mark of the beast. This is just a coincidence. The logo was designed by a British graphic designer named Margaret Borquin, who was inspired by particle tracks in a cloud chamber. The logo has been mostly the same since 1954. Some people have connected CERN to ideas about the Antichrist. In his The concern about CERN, 666.
All right, we're back. So again, I want you all to remember that this group that we're talking about, the Bilderberg group, now this CERN group, if you saw the video, they are the ones that created the World Wide Web that we're surfing on. But this group, the Bilderberg group, they had to get everyone to shut their computers down by midnight 1999 in order for them to hook the beast up to everybody's computer all over the globe. And guess what was the first thing that they activated when they hooked up this new computer? They gave us something, and this next video is going to show you what that is. Do the next video, Sister Evan.
Meet Google, the noun that became a verb, the world's favourite search engine, the company whose motto is, "Don't be evil." Google processes 1 billion web searches every day, using 450,000 servers. But it's more than just a search engine. Intel CEO Andy Grove calls Google, which has a market value of $200 billion US, a company on steroids, with a finger in every industry. Google has acquired 30 other companies in the last 9 years and patented 187 products. Last year, it launched a venture capital arm to invest in software, clean tech, biotech, healthcare, and no doubt other areas we haven't thought of yet. Here's a few of the things Google wants to own: your phone, your email, your computer, and your entire digital life. Whatever you want to do online, Google wants to be your one-stop shop. It also wants to own the cables that deliver the internet itself and the electricity to power them. Google also wants to provide your entertainment and your news. It wants to build the largest library ever. This project is currently the subject of a class action lawsuit brought by publishers and authors. And it wants to know where everything is, from your front lawn all the way to Mars. Google wants to track you, storing records of everything you look at online for 18 months. It also wants access to your health records and your DNA, with 2 of its early investments in genetic testing companies. Google wants to follow your friendships. Social media platform Google Buzz was engulfed in complaints last month over alleged privacy breaches. It is now the subject of another class action lawsuit. And it's not the first time that privacy has been an issue. Google Maps and Google Earth have been criticised for including photos of naked kids, people vomiting, and leaving sex shops. 2 months ago, Google CEO Eric Schmidt said of privacy concerns, "If you have something you don't want anyone to know, maybe you shouldn't be doing it in the first place." Why does Google want to know so much about you? As Schmidt says, we are in the advertising business. 97% of its revenue comes from ads. Google wants to know who you are, where you are, and what you like, so it can target ads at you. Google, building an empire on your street, on your phone, in your DNA, trying very hard not to be evil.
Wow, trying hard not to be evil. Look, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. You know, we love Google, but y'all know that your phones, your computers, your TVs, all of it is listening to everything right now, listening to everything that we're saying. Have you ever noticed on your computer or even on your phone, if you say something about, let's say, alkaline water, let's just use that as an example, and you have a conversation with somebody about alkaline water, my phone's sitting right here, right? Next thing when I go into the search engine, there'll be ads on my phone about alkaline water. How did that happen? You know, it's because they listen to us. It's spying on us. Do you all remember the movie with Will Smith and I think it's Gene Hackman is his name? What was the Enemy of the State? I think was the name of the movie, where it talks about surveilling the American public and how they killed this senator in order to keep, because he was voting against this surveillance act, how they killed him in order to get it passed, because they want to surveil the American people. And they are definitely doing it. I got 4 minutes. So in that 4 minutes, I want to show you that in the Holy Bible, there are scriptures that speak to this, what they call UFOs. It's in the New Testament. The first one's in the book of Acts, chapter 1, verses 9 through 11. And verse 9 reads, "And when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up." Now he's speaking of Jesus now. "He was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight." Verse 10, "And while they looked up steadfastly toward heaven, as he went up beyond, 2 men stood by them in white apparel." Verse 11, "Which also said, Ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? This same Jesus, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven." Now, let me ask this question. I got 3 minutes. With all of this space, Air Force, all this military of the United States government, They've went far out. They've sent telescopes and explore ships and things of that nature, but nobody has come back and said they found heaven. I'm gonna say that again. Nobody has come to say they found heaven. I ask this question of you. What if heaven is what George Clinton was talking about 20 years ago when he wrote a song and called it The Mothership Connection? What if heaven is the name of a ship? But now check this out, because the Bible kind of connects that. Look at this next Bible scripture. It's in the book of John, chapter 14, verses 1 through 3. He said, let not your heart be troubled. Ye believe in God, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I should say, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you, and if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there ye may be also. Now, what if this is a ship? I only got 1 minute, y'all. Well, I'm not gonna be able to get into the reset. Y'all gonna miss that on the live. But I am gonna continue on for a few more minutes after the live goes off. But I just wanna, I'm gonna read this so you guys can get this. Hopefully I can see it in a couple of minutes. The Great Reset. There's a video, but show the video. We're gonna go a couple of minutes over. Show that video, Sister Ebony, about the.
Look, he heads up this World Economic Forum. They meet yearly in Davos, Switzerland, as you mentioned. But 2030 has been laid out by these great resetters like Klaus Schwab as a pivotal year for their agenda. Why is 2030 such a big deal for them?
Yeah, well, I think Sam could speak a little bit more to this, but my initial thoughts for me is, they've got a plan. But, if you look at everything that's going to happen, writing on the wall, so to speak, it really points towards that being more so a 10-year plan as opposed to something they could just do right away. One of the things that we've discovered as we've been covering this topic the last 4 or 5 years is these guys are master psyops individuals. Mass psychology, they're masters at figuring out what they have to say, what narrative they have to push, what lever they have to pull to get everybody on board with their ideas. Right. And they understand that it's going to be a long process, and it's going to probably resonate with the younger generation, which is why, him being 30, me being 28, we're so passionate about this because, we got to stand up. We can't just allow our generation to be taken hostage by ideologies that not only hurt scripture, not only hurt the teachings of Jesus, but also hurts our personal freedom, So, I do believe that's kind of the famous saying is by 2030, you will own nothing and you will be happy.
You will own nothing and you will be happy. That's straight from the horse's mouth, from the World Economic Forum.
That's the motto. That's the theme of the Great Reset. So the World Economic Forum released, I believe it's a 2-3 minute video where it made some predictions, critical predictions by 2030. One of the main key thing is you will own nothing and you will be happy. And it's interesting. There's a man who's smiling. He seems very peaceful. He's calm. He's got this really bright grin, and with a caption of "You will own nothing and you'll be happy."
Well, how does that work in their view? You will own nothing yet you'll be happy. What does that exactly mean?
Yeah. Well, they believe in a shared economy, meaning that hey, everyone's going to rent out things, right? So a lot of individuals who I guess criticize people like us who say that's not a good thing. They're saying, well, what if it's a world where it's a lot like Uber, where people don't own their cars, they take an Uber. But my counter argument to that is, well, the Uber driver owns the car, so there's got to be some people who own something. And so if we don't own anything, then well, who will?
Digital ID, which you mentioned, Daniel, and digital currency, two concepts that are also very central to the Great Reset agenda. The digital currency, you can see the seeds for that being laid right now. And digital ID as well. Vaccine mandates, I think, were a step in that direction during COVID.
Right.
How far down the line are we towards a digital currency, number one, and perhaps even digital ID?
Yeah, so in regards to CBDC, which stands for Central Bank Digital Currency. So what that is, you may have heard Bitcoin, DeFi, right? Decentralized finance, Bitcoin, Ethereum. These are blockchain technology-backed currency, which in essence could be a good thing. What the government and the central banks are trying to do around the world is harness that technology to then be able to create a centralized form where all transactions, whether it's made online when you go to the store or you go shop on Amazon, could be thoroughly monitored, it could be recorded. So the central banks want to design this, and typically they always seem to have a good reasons as to why. They have a list of good reasons. Hey, here's why this is going to be amazing. It's going to make transactions efficient, it's be less costly. We can do cross-border transaction, which actually feeds right into the narrative of eliminating sovereignty borders and making really the world one government. Yeah. But the central bank digital currency, CBDC, the threat of that, it has actually really good ties to the digital IDs because they want to give you money, or they want people who deserve, based on their standards, to have control over their money. So if they don't like what you did or didn't like what you said about them, they can show your money down or put an expiration date on it and say, hey, your money is only good for the next 30 days, spend it wisely, and just completely shut your account down. And we've seen what happened in Canada with the trucker protest, donations frozen like that, and they're taken away.
Well, to give you an update is, it was one of the first things the Biden administration started working on and developing when he first got in office. I mean, literally one of the first initiatives was we got to develop this thing, and
the digital currency,
the centralized
a cashless society seems to be the end game.
And
all right, y'all. So as you can see, that there is a process in place, and they're calling it the Great Reset, meaning they want to reset America. Remember, I told you all earlier, a part of the plan is making America great again. And when America was great was back when Black people were slaves. And so this reset, see, you heard what they said. They're going to determine who's going to own something. We're not going to own anything, as slaves didn't. Slaves didn't own anything. We're not going to own anything, and they say we're going to be happy about it. So they're going to determine who owns the cars, who owns the homes, who owns, communism, that was about the government owning everything. And the people, they just issue out what you need. If you need a house, they give everybody a little pop-up house here and there or whatever. So this reset that they are initiating is about taking society back. Almost like, if something happened with your computer and you hit the reset button, it takes it back, restarts it all over again so that they can, maybe you don't have to make that same mistake, almost like the undo button. When you make a mistake, undo. Now they've made a lot of mistakes, so they want to undo. They want, what's the other terminology they use? They want to redo. They want to be able to kind of correct some of the mistakes that they've made in the past. And so they won't, and this is again why Donald Trump is running for president again after being indicted. I've just never heard of anything like this in my life. After being indicted by a grand jury, he's allowed now to run for president. It's just baffling. But my time is up, you guys. So if you want to know more, put a comment in the comment section. Let us know. And we'll be continuing this Wednesday at 7:30 right here at the Toma Nation, 616 East on 71st Street. And so after this one, we're going to go into Hurricane Katrina. and how Hurricane Katrina played a role in the plan, the 25-year plan that the world rulers of this world implemented in order to put Black people back into slavery. I thank you all for listening. I'm going to leave you as I greeted you in the ancient but yet holy words of peace. Hotep, Shalom, Assalamu alaikum, Habaragani, Alafia, and I.
For joining us for our weekly Sunday worship service. We invite you and your family to join us live every Sunday at 616 East 71st Street at our new time from 12:30 to 1:30 p.m. and on Facebook from 12:30 to 1 p.m. If you have enjoyed what you have heard, please feel free to support us with a monetary gift on Cash App at $TOMANATION. Once again, that's $TOMANATION. This will conclude our live stream. The message you have been listening to will continue live here at the Toma headquarters. We thank you, Black family. See you next Sunday. Black Power.
This is the eternal divine spirit, the one that causes all that exists to exist, the one that is self-existent.